I'm Crystal Long. Get ready for an adventure as we rediscover Arizona. There's so many special places to spotlight, whether they're brand new to the valley or an old favorite. Let's go exploring.
A really special spot in the Valley of the Sun that is always 56 degrees. This quite literally cool fine dining experience is only open to the public during summer.
Okay, so Crystal Long is taking us to this hidden gem under the Hermosa Inn as we rediscover Arizona this morning.
Down these stone stairs is a secret hideaway rich in Arizona history. What once was a hidden tunnel to rowdy cowboy partying during the Prohibition is now the Valley's only underground wine cellar and restaurant. It's still very much, if you know, you know.
We're seated in Lon's Wine Cellar. It's a subterranean wine cellar down below the Lon's restaurant. Our wine cellar consists of over 6,000 bottles of wine.
Tell us about the history of this hidden gem.
Yeah, so once the home to famous cowboy artist Lon McGarvey, this property was built in the 1930s. So when you walk the halls of the Hermosa Inn, I mean, you see so many different art pieces that Lon did. None more iconic than the famous Last Drop from his Stetson painting that the Stetson Cowboy Hat Company commissioned Lon McGarvey just over 100 years ago for the painting, and it's in every Stetson cowboy hat still to this day. He was known for being quite the party animal. 7 wives over his lifespan, and loved to play poker and gamble. And when we dug this up in the early 2000s, we found tunnels where Lon McGarvey and political officials or important people, friends of his, back in that time would be gambling and drinking down here during Prohibition. And we actually found tunnels that would lead out past the other side of the property to get away if the sheriff ever came.
What do you think he would say walking down the stairs right now and seeing how you transformed his hideaway?
I think he'd say, get me some whiskey.
Tell us how we can experience this place today.
For the majority of the year, we sell this room as one giant table of 12 people. But during the summer, we open it up to really any guest who'd like to dine here Thursday through Sunday. We call it Lon's Cool Summer Dining. It's kept at about 56 degrees down here. We've got an entire round of our cool dining in the wine cellar menu here. This experience really is unlike any other. When a guest comes here, they not only have an incredible culinary journey that they're going to go on, but they also have an incredible beverage and wine journey that they're going to go on. It isn't just dining out, it's a story that we tell through cool dining.
Cheers to Lon's Wine Cellar. In Paradise Valley, Crystal Long, 12 News.
Like, it almost sounds a little chilly.
I know. We could wear a long sleeve.
Yeah.
Let's get real wild. All right, for the 10th year in a row, Lawns at the Hermosa Inn just received the Wine Spectator's Best of Award of Excellence.
You can make your reservation for Lon's Cool Summer Dining in the Wine Cellar Thursdays through Sundays, now through the end of August. Rediscover Arizona, sending us to the slammer. You deserve it.
I do.
Turns out I do. There's a local jail museum where you can walk through old cells. You can learn about infamous inmates and pretend you're living an orange jumpsuit life, all without committing a crime.
Here's the thing, is that I'm at that newborn, baby phase where if I go to jail, I might get a full night's rest. That doesn't sound so bad. Yeah, but Crystal Long, she's getting us locked up in the experience.
So messed up.
You have the right to rediscover Arizona. We're unlocking history here at the Maricopa County Justice Museum and Learning Center. It's a place where punishment once was, but now curiosity roams free.
We are in the old historic courthouse, built in 1928. This floor that we're in today is the old jail.
What was prisoner life like back in the early 1900s here?
It was a lot tougher than prisoner life is today. You can see how many bunk beds are here. Can you imagine 200 men in these cramped quarters? They had no air conditioning. They actually had windows in the jail. Prisoners would be able to yell to friends and relatives on the street. They would be able to talk back and forth. On the actual steel, they would etch art. And there's a Last Supper scene and family members and so on. And so we've saved some of those to give visitors an understanding of what prisoners back in those days spent their time doing.
What's the most fascinating case to you that happened here in Arizona, and who's the most infamous inmate?
Ernesto Miranda. And you probably have heard about the Miranda warnings that police have to give when someone's arrested. You have the right to remain silent. You can have an attorney appointed for you and a whole series of other rights that you have. Well, Ernesto Miranda wasn't given those rights, and he was arrested in 1963 and held in this very jail.
From jail cells to court cases to even more curious spaces, the nation's only museum in a working courthouse has a new exhibit that's just been sworn in.
This is the Breaking Ground exhibit to celebrate women in the law. Most notably, Sandra Day O'Connor. My personal favorite is the telephone. It is a very, very close replica of the phone that Sandra Day O'Connor used to pick up and get the message from President Reagan that she was being appointed as the very first woman to the U.S. Supreme Court. And then we also have an actual robe that was Sandra Day O'Connor's.
Arizona is also groundbreaking.
We were the first state to allow jurors to take notes. Now we allow jurors to start talking about a case before all the evidence has been heard. Another really cool thing, and this is specific to Arizona and specific to just some of our counties, is we have merit selection. People who want to be Superior Court judges actually get appointed.
We're adjourned at the Maricopa County Justice Museum and Learning Center inside the historic courthouse in downtown Phoenix. Crystal Long, 12 News.
During every night game, the history of the game illuminates Arizona State University's baseball team.
All right, lights dozens of feet up in the sky, making a cross-country journey and a new home right here in the desert Southwest. Let's get the explanation for all of this. 12 News journalist Jen Wall is here this morning to dive more into the history here. I didn't even know this.
I know, neither did I, and I love ASU baseball, so this was a really fun story to cover. A longtime Arizonan spent many games under those lights in New York back when they were at the home of the Giants baseball club. And like those ballpark lights, he too made the trip from the Big Apple and set up longtime roots right here in the desert.
That's you in that picture?
That's me in my picture, 16 years old.
Decades of memories preserved on paper.
And this is the famous bat trunk.
Memories that are still very alive in Ed Logan's mind.
This is Willie Mays.
Ed spending his early years in the New York Giants baseball organization.
I literally grew up in the clubhouse. The last season was 1957.
And was popular with his friends because of it.
I brought him to the games. I brought him to the clubhouse. Got a lot of dates with my high school girls. Yeah, it was a big man on campus, you know.
But to Ed, son of a Giants manager, it was just life.
It was natural to me. It was inside baseball. It wasn't like, wow. These were people that, working with my dad. That was it.
Players who were family to Ed.
And they took me under their wing.
And some of the best to ever take the field.
And I was there the first day that Willie Mays came up. And he's now the greatest player in baseball. I gave him the bat, he hit a home run.
Ed, a Giants bat boy, thanks to his dad's career. A career also taking them both hundreds of miles from New York a few years later.
My high school friends didn't even know where Arizona was, and they kidded me, "Where are you going to school?"
The move for Ed Sr.'s work when the Giants relocated. The new school for Ed Jr.
And Dad said, "No, you better be ASU. Then, when you're in the dorm, I can bring you towels and stuff from the clubhouse and money."
ASU, which also happens to be the home of a big piece of New York Giants history still today.
Yeah, the light poles are original from the Polo Grounds. They're over 100 years old.
10 light poles, once lighting up the home of the New York Giants in Upper Manhattan, made the trip southwest too.
And the Giants called this home for spring training and for their AAA club. So they took the light poles from the Polo Grounds and put them here, and they still stand here today.
Now illuminating Phoenix Municipal Stadium, home to ASU baseball. The lights look a little different now.
So we got rid of the climbing pegs, the safety cables, and even the baskets you would stand in to work on those light fixtures.
They've been upgraded to LEDs, but the poles are all original. Baseball nostalgia.
There is a lot of history beyond the light poles.
He says Willie Mays hit his first home run under the Polo Ground lights in New York.
This was Phoenix's ballpark until the Diamondbacks came.
And Matt Williams hit 4 home runs under the same lights in Phoenix when the Giants' Major League scouts were checking him out.
So do you think the lights bring some kind of magic here from back in the day?
I hope so. I've been here for 25 seasons now. I've seen these poles get hit with a foul ball only once. which is pretty remarkable. So they have some sort of magical aura here.
A remarkable sight.
And very few of us can say, I was there under the lights, because I just turned 84 on Easter Sunday.
What's going through your mind as you're watching these new college players come in and play baseball under the same lights that you watched history unfold decades ago?
First of all, I love them. And second of all, when I look out and I see it's all Sun Devil.
Illuminating decades of memories. For Logan, too.
Like I said, I just loved covering the story. It was so nice to meet Ed Logan and just chat with him for so long. He was so generous with his time. So if you want to check out the lights in person, you'll have to wait for next season. The Sun Devils played their final game at Phoenix Muni in May. So stay tuned to 12 News for when that 2026 schedule is released.
Our next Rediscover Arizona destination is going to get you directions to all of your future road trips and adventures. We're talking from Tempe to Timbuktu.
Which I need.
Yeah.
I need, because that's going to be my spring break.
Right.
Crystal Long takes us to the most complete map store in Arizona and beyond.
Google Maps, get lost. We're getting to our destination the OG way. Oh look, we're here. Wide World Maps and More is the only location of its kind in the Southwest, with customers from around the globe.
We've been in business for almost 50 years. We do the whole thing. We do some of the publishing and custom mapping. We have a shop facility that does mounting, laminating, and framing too. People that are traveling anywhere in the world. We have folded maps, like your street maps and state maps, also travel guides, outdoor recreation. We have maps for hunting, fishing, backpacking, off-road, hiking, treasure hunting, gold panning, vintage, rare, and unusual kind of maps. We have in inventory over 20,000 different items, and we have the ability to access many more on a special order or special made.
You have everything you need for your journey.
If you need a hiking stick, we sell those too.
We all use our phones and Google Maps to find where we're going, so people still have a need for these maps that they could put in their hands.
Absolutely. They use them together. It's not that one replaces the other. You don't want to rely on a phone, not only for the reception, because you can download maps, but if you drop your phone.
What do you get from these maps here and the globes that you don't get on Google Maps on your phone?
A bigger picture. You spend all day zooming in and zooming out with your fingers on your phone. You can print out a map or just come into the store and buy one and be able to use it as that visual reference. There's some other things that are vintage or nostalgic. We have Route 66 maps, we have topographic maps that show things that you wouldn't find on Google Maps. It might be an old ghost town or the remnants of a mining camp.
What would you say are some of the most rare or unique maps you have here?
The official territory map of Arizona was done in 1880. We did the reproduction, we did the restoration on it. We have several maps. The flat earth concept is centuries old, and there's a loyal following of people who believe that the world is still flat. This is a globe. It's an antique reproduction. It's made to be more of a decorative item, not so much a reference. It'll hold your wine bottles.
At about 112 degrees longitude and 33.5 degrees latitude, I'm Crystal Long, 12 News.
Michael Brumlow joined the Army after 9/11, serving multiple deployments in Iraq and Afghanistan. But when he returned home in 2013, the real battle was just beginning.
Found myself in a just bad place, dark place, struggling, didn't know what to do.
For more than a decade, Brumlow tried every type of therapy available through the VA and on his own.
I got to the point where I felt like I knew the therapy manual as well as the people asking me the questions, and got to a point where therapy wasn't doing anything for me.
Then, last fall, he lost his best friend to suicide.
I was on my last leg, and it was my last prayer, and it's like, if this doesn't work, I don't know what else will.
Brumlow's wife suggested horse therapy. When he arrived at Hunkapi Farms in Scottsdale, he met 3 horses who had their own trauma to work through.
I got to see all 3 of them show up here and be just as jittery and anxious and scared as I was, not knowing what to expect, not knowing what to do.
Phantom, Phoenix, and Presley were rescued from a kill shelter in California 6 months ago, the same day Brumlow began his journey here. Hunkapi Farm serves children with special needs, ALS patients, and runs specialized programs for first responders and veterans.
You come across the gates at Hunkapi and now you're normal. And you're allowed to let those weaknesses or those hurts or those things that you're struggling with come to the surface. And the horses do the same, but the horses meet you and heal you.
Trauma recognizes trauma. I can see the same things in that horse that I know go on in me.
For Brumlow, the transformation has been life-changing.
This farm, these horses, this program means the world to me. In a sense, it's something that has saved me from myself, saved me from the world.
These rescued horses helping to rescue the humans who care for them. On this farm, healing works both ways. In Scottsdale, Kyle Simchuk, 12 News.
Thanks for watching. You can catch more Rediscover Arizona stories streaming on 12 Plus and on 12news.com.